All right, now we're recording. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. This is your host, Jacob Zogers.
Bringing to you live with the Uncle Nile and Uncle Meeks, up from Presco.
Thank you, sir.
Now, you got anything to say? You want to say hi to the people?
Hello.
Very stoic answer.
Yeah.
It is, it's cold as shit. It's Tuesday. It's the second to last day of my
It's Wednesday, actually.
It's Wednesday, and it's the second to
Oh,
last
is it
day.
supposed to be Tuesday?
No.
You can just tell them whatever you want. It's actually Sunday. You
Yes.
guys have no idea what day it is.
Because this comes out whenever I wanted to. But yeah, it's cold as shit.
It
It's
is.
like Fugazi.
And on the- It's the Wazi, it's the woozy. And it's sick because you've never been on well, you have, but we never put him out. And then he did it, and he was the last guest I had on the last one. So now it's the second to last one, and you're the last guest again.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm actually also the host, so like I'm actually interviewing Jacob Zogers and founder of High Poke, Nile Woodson.
If that's the way you want to take it, bro, let's go, Meeks. Let's go,
guess so.
Uncle Meeks.
All I know is that I'm just going to talk a lot. So,
Just before you speak, again, just introduce yourself as what we named you as. So this is Uncle Nile on the mic.
Podcast. What is it? What do you own? You own a restaurant? You own 2 restaurants.
2.
Yeah. What are they called?
One is called High Poke, and the other is called Pure Pressed. Temporarily. It may become
High Poke Juice Club.
Juice Club. You
Juice
got to
Club?
be in the club. Yeah.
That's a sick name.
Yeah,
That's
right.
very
Because you got to distinguish it. It's like started as something different, but it's still the same.
Mm.
You know, same, but different.
You're still in the Pure Press fam, but now you're in the club.
Yeah, it's like everything
Exactly.
in sushi, but in a bowl.
That is what iPoke generally seems to be, yeah.
Same, but different.
Yup.
All right, yeah, that's good. I don't know. You host,
yeah.
bro. You're taking it away. Your energy always takes it away. Just take it away, bro. Ask another question.
Okay, so this is Jacob Zogers, and on this side, Mr. Jacob Zogers. How is the process of just going through this 30-day thing, man?
It's a,
What's like what's the biggest breakdown? What was your biggest breakthrough? Like, what was your biggest takeaway? You know, like just like for somebody out there that's just like starting a podcast, you know.
breakdown was when it kind of got like my first 2 misses. You know what I mean? Like I missed a night, but and then nobody and a couple guests canceled, so I had to take the call.
No, it's not Alex. It's Alexia.
Oh,
Okay.
We're gonna keep going.
we love you, Alexia. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Lexi. But the cool thing was that when I did fail and I fucked up and I didn't make it on to post in a day, like I literally failed the challenge because I was flirting with a girl at Brothers Drake. Bad move.
Must be the mead.
It must have been the mead. Yeah,
Honey
it was.
wine.
Honey. You just got stuck with the honey.
I did. And I ran over here at like 11:30, started posting it. It didn't happen, but as soon as I didn't get it, I grabbed my iPhone and I filmed the whole thing. The whole authentic moment of like it hitting 12:59 and me not having it. And then I flipped the camera and focused on me and just kind of like dealt with it on air. So that was kind of cool. That was very authentic.
That's OG. That's some OG maneuver.
I might have cried. I could have cried. Who knows? I didn't.
You should have cried. When's the last time you cried?
I don't know, like probably 2-3 months ago maybe? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had a lot of panic attacks lately. I used to have bunches of panic attacks.
Is that usually why you cry?
Yeah, sometimes it breaks down.
Sometimes you just gotta let it out, bro. I mean, I think I cried just a few nights ago. I was watching some movie or something.
Yeah, I cried this morning when I fucking came out of fucking house.
Just
I was fucking forced tears.
Is that why you guys had to close the shop today? Because you guys had to cry about the cold.
I mean, yeah, just a couple island kids, you know, out here that as soon as it hits below 10 degrees, we disappear.
Yeah, as you should.
We don't do well.
At least it's cozy in here right now.
That's super crazy.
It is.
Warm and
Actually, the
toasty.
sun is really warm, too. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
it's nice.
You wouldn't even know it was an Arctic tundra. Polar vortex. A whole bunch of craziness. Too much.
No, great, perfect. You guys are killing it. Mico, you're also involved in the High Poke and Pure Press experience.
Yes, you know, it was like, I think personally, learning to make a lot of rice and learning to make a lot of juice and acai is like not the easiest transition.
From
from making a lot of rice.
No, yeah, totally different
Just
game.
like hopping on like a different game and just like see all this. Like, dude, we go through so much kale. Like, we go through so much green.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of green, bro.
No,
Like,
I believe you.
Walk in our commissary and our like where we make juice. Like,
Okay.
Whoa.
Have you guys gotten an opportunity to drink a lot of juice now?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think it totally balanced out everything and rounded up my whole life actually.
Rounded out your whole diet?
It's kind of perfect because we always knew that when we added a meat bowl to the menu, it would be a pork bowl because we just love pork, you know? So we took over this juice bar right around the same time we were doing our R&D on our pork. So basically what that means is we were eating a shitload of pork. Yeah, so you know, you've got on the one hand, see, like I'm all about the balance, you know, work hard, play hard, all that, you know. So we had the pork, but we also had the juice, and they just came together perfectly to create a harmonious balance.
Yeah,
and that
A
is
well-balanced diet.
Yeah.
You can totally add the pork on your high poke nachos now.
Which
you
is
know,
fantastic.
Which is like the bomb.
It's really good.
we're actually getting ready to release a pork cold pressed juice.
No, he was kidding.
We call it bacon.
Bacon juice coming to you live from the Juice Club. You guys are silly. You guys are nuts. What else do I got? I came prepared, but then we decided to go.
Gotta switch it up.
Gotta switch it up. I love it.
No,
That's-
wait, actually, I like talking about you. We're sharing a mic. Me and Jacob are sharing a microphone, so I'm like in and out a little bit.
We've never been closer.
We're very, very close right now. I feel very intimate and connected to this kind, gentle man here.
Thank you so much.
So back to your experience through this 30-day process.
Yeah.
What's your biggest takeaway moving forward? Like, what stuck with you that you feel like you're gonna work on, or what worked really well that you want to just take the lessons from?
The amount of like organization and heart, and like how every day you got to make something. It really makes you realize that like if every day you do make something, you can get a lot done. So I guess the only realization that I had is I got to do more work after all this work, which was daunting.
So what I heard you say was like you realized that you had a way bigger plate than what you
Yeah, thought it was gonna be.
thought it was gonna be.
Right. And then it was easy for like a little bit, and then it got hard. Now it's been easy again, but like I just got more to do. I got to make my plate a little bigger and a little better, like sturdier.
A little bit more efficient.
A little bit more efficient, a little bit more yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got to get my Arm and Hammer on.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
baking soda.
I think we just touched on something very, very important here. Something I've learned also, through my entrepreneurial journey. But oftentimes people will have a plate that is too full, so their answer is to get rid of some of those things.
Yeah.
But the real answer is to just get a bigger plate.
Make it work.
So like, right, and then you were like, it was busy, and then it was cool, and then it was busy again, it was cool, and that's like, you're like stretching, and then you like, oh man, there's all this space, like I just did all these things that I didn't think I could do, and I proved that I was, so now I have all this space.
Right.
And then you like, fill that up with other stuff,
Right.
or like take
Or
yourself
throwing
away.
a party.
Right? And then you're like, okay, now I'm like tight again, then you gotta stretch again. So like that's the
Cycle.
that's the journey, bro.
Yeah.
And you can't ever get comfortable. Never get comfortable.
No, because it would be nice though. It's the first time I've been pretty uncomfortable, and it's like, oh, do I want to be comfortable?
Yeah.
But I think it's
Actually,
against
today was
the
one
nature.
Of the first days where I really was like, man, I'm totally okay to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you felt like you earned it.
No, you have to give yourself the days. Yeah, you have to earn the days. Like if you go to a spa, you deserve to be comfortable.
Right, exactly. Or
that's
like if
very
you
intentional.
crushed it for 2 weeks straight and worked your other job at a restaurant, and then you want to watch Netflix all day.
Yeah, or if you've been
That's
putting
fine.
fires out, all day like that,
Yeah, go home and drink a glass of wine, maybe take a bath, maybe smoke a joint, and hang out.
It's all about
I do
balance.
face masks. You guys have pretty good skincare. Do you do face masks?
Bath bombs, bro.
I don't take baths.
I don't take baths either.
I don't find them.
My bathtub is too small. That's why.
I also don't
If
find
I
it
had
like
a bigger one. I might.
me and my. I'd sit in a jacuzzi. Somebody was in a hot tub the other day on Netflix, not on Netflix, on Instagram. I was like, "Fuck, that looks amazing right now." A hot tub.
The hot tub or the person in the hot tub?
Both were pretty nice looking. Both weren't bad. Both made me jealous that I wasn't like skiing with her. Joanne. Hi, Joanne. You're not listening to this, but hi, Joanne. Joanne Light, living in New York, doing the art thing. What else do you guys? Can you reveal a little bit about your shindig?
Currently right now,
Chop,
maybe
chop.
in the next like 10 minutes we'll have something, but at the moment we'll at least postpone that question.
Okay, sounds good. That was very PR answer. You could do PR. You could run for mayor. I'd vote for you.
Sometimes you just don't actually know what Miko's saying, and he just somehow is still talking, but you're like trying to listen, but you still don't know what he's saying. And that's one of the reasons why he's really good at talking, because you still walk away like feeling like you had a conversation with him, but you don't really know
What the fuck?
what the fuck just happened. You're like, good combo. Good
It's like
combo,
same,
man.
same,
Yeah,
but
like,
different.
And then you walk away and you're like, what the fuck just happened? None of my questions got answered.
Like when he, like when he answers the phone and he goes, Mico Cordero's assistant, Mico speaking, and you're just like, is it his assistant or is it him? Who the fuck is talking to me right now? And it's always you, but yeah, you're a confusing motherfucker. What's this green wall, Mico? What is this? There's a green wall here at Presco. I haven't been here since this has been in. What is this?
Dude, I just decided that it needed to be warm in here for the next couple days, so we put a green wall up.
It's like fake flowers. It's like fake greenery.
No, it's not, bro.
It's real?
Yes.
Okay.
It's as real as you make it.
It's like same, but different.
Yeah.
That's the name of this episode. Is same, but different with Uncle Nile and Uncle Meeks.
I'm gonna perform for you guys really quick. Hold on.
Go for it, bro.
Thank you.
That was the first performance. I tried to have a couple musicians on, and they wouldn't perform for me. So thank you for filling that off the bucket list, Nile.
That may or may not have been a Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
My favorite beer, other than PBR.
They sponsor this podcast.
One day.
Informally.
Informally, but formally. Inspiring all of us to do great things. They also they sponsored last night's podcast unwillingly. Because I was fucking really drunk. I was very intoxicated by the time I showed up at Bodega. And then after that, people were excited to get me a little more drunk. It was pretty fun. It was 4 hours long. It's a long time.
That's a lot of talking.
That's a marathon.
Yeah, it was a fucking marathon. It was. It was cool. I was exhausted.
Only you could do that.
I think so. I don't think anybody else around could really. I was really proud.
Do they have? Has there ever been a superhero that's like superpower was just talking
The villain's ear off. Just sits next to him and just goes. Bro, I
think we got him.
We're sending you to Hollywood.
Right, bro. As the villain who just won't shut the fuck up. No, sometimes I start ranting and I'm on the phone with like friends or my family or whoever, and I go, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'll just go off, and I can't stop. But it's a good skill. I've learned to utilize it in this stupid.
Just apologize up front. You're like,
right.
I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
Yeah, if I knew it was going to go down. In 10 minutes that we might be able to answer that question is a really funny answer, Mico. What are your guys' biggest takeaways having to run essentially 3 businesses? Because you have the truck, which is a thing unto itself, and then you have the 2 physical locations, and then one serves juice and turkey sandwiches, and the cheapest avocado toast in town with the most generous portions of avocado. So if you need avocado toast, it's a great place to go.
Yeah.
Hit it with me. Hit it, Meeks.
What was our biggest takeaway?
Or like, what do you really think about to keep? Yeah, what's the biggest takeaway? That you could do it.
Yeah, I think this year is just like.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things that resonates with me the most is just like access, right? Like access to everything. Like, you know, like Like, and I think that, you know, a lot of like the opposite word for that for me is like fear of just like, oh, like what if this happens and all that. I'm supposed to like, yo, just fuck it, just do it. You know, like don't be attached to how it should look like. You know, just like just do it because you have good intentions. Like you have, it comes from good intentions, cause, you know, because it connects with a vision of what you intentionally wanted to do.
What you
right?
see in
like
the future.
What, like yeah, exactly. And you know, and sometimes it doesn't work out the way that you perfectly mapped it out, right? And how it should look like.
It rarely does. Wow, now I'm really close.
It's good though. Sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it rarely does. And then all, you know, we can share like countless stories of you know a business deal or a personal relationship or a business relationship that we you know would thought they would go this way by this time, and it's like oh actually.
You said access.
Like access, right? Like access, like I'd be able to access pretty much like everything that we want to create without like really boundaries, right? Because like I'm talking about just beyond just like brick and mortar and also like and brick and mortar, right? Like what does it look like for us to open in Colorado? Like what does it look like for us to open in Texas? Like,
And opening another location gives you more access.
Yeah, and like you know just being able to like connect with like a whole new village or like a whole new community like outside of just like Columbus. I think that's like you know I just had this really big breakthrough like for me on my end. I was like holy shit, like we worked so hard in the past you know 3 years and we've done everything that we can to get us where we are here. Are we off there?
No, we're on the air. Somebody's on the air.
We rolling.
We are rolling.
Were we rolling before?
We were rolling, but there seems to have been a turnoff on one of the mics, which I think was
Hello?
our mic, Nile. So it's just Mico laughing a lot. But I'm sure you can hear things. It's fine. We'll start from, hi everybody. We're here with Mico and Nile, just in case I don't have the other audio. Opening in another location. Where would you open? Colorado? If you had to choose anywhere on the map.
Well, this is an interesting question that I would ask to Nile, right? Because we actually never done this before. Hey, Nile, if you were to open another location, like if you're just like, all right, I painted this picture, right? Where would it be? Like, and I want to hear it straight from you because I actually haven't, like, just say like, you know, out of state, like, you know, nothing close here. It's like, all right, this would be the perfect place.
I want to open a high poke in Hawaii. Because that's where poke is from. And I want to know, like, so I have two answers to that question. Because being from New York City and living in Columbus, I've always, anywhere else that I've lived in my life, I've always had this plan of, like, when am I going to get back to New York City and how am I going to get back to New York City? Because I want to have something that I own, you know, myself, being in the city, living there again. So when I started High Poke, it was like, all right, cool. I want to start it here and grow it big enough so that we can open in New York City, and then I can go back to New York City and I have this thing and I like, boom, back home and feeling great about it. Right. But now that I think about it, if I could open up a High Poke anywhere, it would be in Hawaii because that's where it's from. And I want to go out there and be like, yo, I can throw down poke with the OGs. Like, I want a fire spinner outside my shop, like doing it proper and like slicing up big tunas there. You know what I mean? Like I would do some OG Hawaiian high poke and bring the juice club out there and that bacon juice. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Same, but different.
Bro, I love that. I like the idea of trying to get back to New York because that's like romantic and that's where you're from and like be like if I wanted to go home in Cleveland and just like fuck shit up. But I like that you switched it to more like I love the food type of answer because both are cool. But I like that you're passionate about trying to throw down with some OG Samoans.
Yeah.
Yeah, who probably wouldn't take kindly to you.
No,
it'd probably be turf warfare for a while.
But you know, I love it when people are like, "Your guy's poke is the best," and I'm like, "All right, that's dope." But like here we are in Columbus, Ohio. Like I want to really like find out what is the best, you know.
So that's a good question because you guys were the first game in town. for poke, right?
Yeah.
100%. Written in stone as a fact.
Before New York had poke.
Before New York had poke? Really?
Before it blew up.
Right. Sure. Okay, so you're the first in the Midwest area to kind of do it and everything, right? Let's just say. At least in Columbus. Now there's competition. There is. There's poke rolls just came out on 5th and fucking by in Grandview. Poke works, whatever. Poke Bros. There's another person who does it. I don't know their name.
Poke Bob.
What is it?
Poke Bob.
He knows all the competition. Poke Bop. What do you guys think about the competition? How do you handle the competition? Because restaurants are a competitive industry.
Yeah, well, you know, I think if like
We don't use the C word.
The competition word?
Yeah.
Why?
Just everybody has to eat food.
Right.
So here's this thing that didn't exist a few years ago, and we're amongst a handful of people serving it, and there's more than a handful of people in Columbus, and there's more than a handful of people in Columbus that still don't even know what poke is. So we're all doing each other a solid. And then at the end of the day, we'll rely on the fact that we're the first, and we like to think that we're the best, and that's going to differentiate us from them and cause more people to come to us.
Yeah, and I think you know, to kind of speak what Nile's saying too, is just like focus on of who we are, right, and our value propositions and what we intend to create for the community. Like, you know, we are an island-inspired street food band, so like we can bring on adobo pork from the Philippines. Like, you know, we can introduce like anything from another island, like to under the same umbrella. Like we can introduce cold pressed juice like under the umbrella of High Poke, because we are an island-inspired brand. You still go to Hawaii, and there's more acai bowls than Chinese restaurants. Like I may be wrong with that, but
I understand the concept. I understand what you're trying to say. The metaphor.
You know,
yeah.
I think that the most important thing is just staying focused on what you are creating within the brand and with the community, because from then the consumers just pick whoever the best is under their eyes. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like I you know, if I love Donato's, like my one other friend might not like how the pizza's cut.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You know?
And also, like, it might sound cliche, you know, but like, you know, haters, you know, always hate, and then they use that as motivation or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is, like, by there being other poke shops in Columbus, we don't worry about them, but we look at ourselves and we say, okay, so how can we make ourselves the best? It's not like having anything to do with them other than just the motivation to be the best that we can, you know? And it's not about like, oh, we want to sell so many bowls that we put them out of business. Like, I would never, ever, first of all, I don't have enough energy to like put myself through that train of thought. But like, second of all, I would never wish that on anybody else. Like, that's just not a thing that I care to do. Like, I just want to make sure that I create the best product and that I give the best service and that my staff loves and enjoys what they do just as much as me and Mico do, and that trickles down through like love and energy into the food and into other people's stomachs, and they're like, this is why I come back. Like, this is the best meal, the best vibe, the best experience, the best people. Like, that's the best that we look to create. Yeah. And that's what we focus our energy on, other than like, oh my God, there's another poke shop in here, like, you know.
Yeah. And we just want to feed the village, you know.
Yeah.
And villages and kids and
Until anybody who's willing to help do that is seen as a friend. There's enough pie and enough rice to go around everywhere.
yeah, of course. I mean, we love those. Like, you know, we love everybody in the space. You know, like
Good.
somebody may have tried it there first, and they were like, "Wow, I'm totally open to this. Like, where else do I need to go for it?"
Right.
Like,
And that's
thanks.
happened.
Like, and
That
I'm sure that's happened vice versa.
No, it's happened at the shop the other night. The guy, what is the Asian eatery delivery app?
Rice Po, baby.
Rice Po.
Shout out to my Rice Po's.
Yeah, there's an app in Columbus that just delivers, I guess Asian food, but really anything with rice is what I'd assume. And then so he came in and he's like, the dude was so energetic about working for Rice Po because he was like one of the first drivers, which is so funny. But you remember this? He was talking like, and he had like a little assistant with him and shit. And he was like, I try hard to try all the other poke. I've tried all the other pokes. Now I'm gonna have to come in here and try yours. And he didn't talk. He wasn't Southern.
He definitely wasn't
But-
Southern.
Yeah,
I was
the
also
accent,
there.
yeah, something like
You
that.
might be like a little off accurate with the story there, Jacob. But
Yeah, it's good to embellish. It makes the story a little better,
yeah.
and I get to try out my accents
Yeah,
on the
for sure.
broadcast.
Shout out to my rice post homies, bro.
Rice Po. So that was a very like positive way to look at competition, which is sick. Or you guys don't even say the C word, so positive way to look at your other poke brethren. But what's like the biggest thing that people? There's a lot of people always dreaming like, oh, one day I'm gonna open a bar. For me, it was like one day I'm gonna open a coffee shop. Like I've always had those dreams to do it. What's the biggest pain in the ass? And you guys both have very different mindsets, so I think you'll have different answers. But what's a big pain in the butt, the underbelly of entrepreneur, being your own boss?
I think for me it's just like self motivation, right? And I think just finding that space of rhythm and like, you know, sometimes there's so many things, right? There's so many variables. There's so many bumps on the road. There's a lot of shit that just like happens, you know, that it's just like right in your face, like right in front of your face right now. And you get to make a decision now. Right. And I think, like the more you practice that, you know, of just like, okay, like I was there, like I get to process that, like I get to really experience like, you know, what the heck just happened, because it happened so fast, right? And once you really find like, you know, that piece of keeping you like on the right rhythm, right? Of just like I'm grinding, I'm hustling, I'm busting my ass, like I'm partying on fucking like till 4 a.m. in the morning. I make sure I'm there at like 7 a.m. at like open time. You know, like that kind of commitment, right? And I think that, you know, when you get there and also like slow down and like actually process the whole thing, like you've done so much in literally 1 hour, right? Yet alone 1 day, yet alone a whole month, yet alone a whole year, right? And I think it's just like being so uncomfortable to a point that you don't know anything else.
Yeah.
Is like, I don't know, like it's just like I just love being there.
Yeah, it's like, how would you go back now?
Like, how would you go back now? You know, a lot of people like ask us like, dude, don't you guys are doing so many things. Like, you guys are literally doing so many things. I'm like, yeah, like this is everything that we work so fucking hard for.
Right. This is where I feel comfortable now.
I'm
You
like,
almost
yeah,
feel comfortable in the chaos
we've
of it
worked
all.
so fucking hard for this thing. Like, why would I slow down?
Yeah, just keep going. You're not
Like,
dead. Like, you're not old. Why would you
why
keep
would
stop
we
going?
slow down? You know, and I think that, like, you know, leading back to the word that I was saying, like access, like, you know, what else can I like access like within myself that like allows me to take that next stretch of like, holy shit, like this is awesome. Like, you know, never thought that I could like actually just do it, and like, you know, and then like it's so risky, right? And you take that every day, and like I think Nile could like speak into that, but like you're like, holy shit, like I'm there and I'm working, and maybe luck like takes place, but like when I'm there and I'm working really fucking hard, then I'm more likely to be lucky.
Yeah, the more you like, don't wait for the time to be right. Always be working, and then the time will just have to be right. It's like striking the iron. Don't wait for the iron to be hot for striking. Make the iron hot by striking. Just keep going.
Yeah.
All day long.
Oh,
No,
yeah. This is a you know, Jacob segue. This is a High Poke Catering sponsored podcast. Put your ordering through the website, and Jacob will be able to support all of that.
Yes, I would love to handle all your high poke catering needs. You can contact me at my email in my bio, or 440-533-5749. That's my actual phone number. So call me if you need catering. If your workplace, if you work in 9 to 5 and they're willing to buy you guys lunch, which a lot of places do, yeah, call me. I'll sell you I'll sell some juice. We're doing mini juices for the first time. Doing mini juices.
Oh, dude.
Little juice boxes,
Dang,
if you will.
I didn't even know that release, bro.
I know. I'm telling you things you don't even know, buddy. So yeah, it's been cool getting to sell. Honestly, it's just been cool hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna do a little ass kissing for a little bit. Yeah, it's been sick to just be able to hang out around both of you. I like you guys a lot. You guys are good dudes. Yeah,
Thanks.
good uncles.
I got two things to say. It's queued up. Okay, so back to your question. What pain in the ass? What are difficulties, pain in the ass, breakdowns? All those things are kind of one and the same. And I think you touched on it a little bit earlier. Is like just do more work was one of your like takeaways from this 30-day process. Is like there's always more work. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily that there's always more work. It's that we can get more efficient with how we do the work. So like what that comes down to is structure, and that's like been my biggest enemy in this whole process. And I bet Mico and Jacob, you guys
What
can
structure?
relate.
Yeah,
Like,
what structure, bro?
wow, it's so hard to just get structured and organized and just like have processes for everything so that everyone understands exactly as I see it, and like not expect it to be done, but just like that's what we're creating. You know what I mean? And like, and it's the same thing no matter what you do, no matter what your line of work is. Like there's processes and things that you have to do to get the work done, and if you can streamline and make that more efficient, you can make your life more efficient. And that's like a never-ending struggle of like you get to a place where you're like, man, I'm killing it now, and then you like learn that there's a whole nother level of killing it that you can just hone in on and tighten up on, and like that structure foundation, build this so that you can build this, and that it doesn't all topple down.
Yeah, in the words of the wise Elijah Banks, I've been putting that work in.
Exactly. Yeah.
To have you highlight it on a little bit more, do you guys, I don't think you do, but because you just think of what's next, but do you ever take a moment, like take a day or take an afternoon to be like, okay, these are the systems. That's the thing I'm coming out of this with, is like hopefully on February 1 I can start trying to make a system, but chances are it's just so against my nature that I just won't want to.
Yeah.
But so trying to make a system and not doing it, I guess, is really the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, no, doing it. I'm not doing it.
That's what
And
I'm
I'm sure you're not doing it either, or at least putting energy, time, brain space into it.
Right.
But I'm saying that there's no right answer. There's no like ultimate efficiency, or at least I haven't found that. Not with Hypoke, not with my personal life, not with any of those things, but I'm always looking and finding and learning new things that create new opportunities to streamline and create more structure. And that's, what makes, I feel like, business more successful, the more structured and streamlined and efficient it is. That's what I do a lot with my days. But also self-motivating, like we're at the top, there's no boss above who's like telling us what to do. So some days I wake up and I just crave like somebody would just come in here and say, Nile, I need you to do this, this, and this. This is what you're responsible for. This is what you're accountable for. Like, go handle that. And I'd just be like, got it. Like, I will crush that shit. Like, don't worry about it. I got you. Right. But yeah, every day it's like, I am that voice in my head. Like, today we didn't open because it's feels like negative a million outside. And we're like shriveled up prunes, dried over here. I can't put enough lotion on right now. Like, the struggle is real. But yeah, it was like me and Mico woke up and we're like, yo, this is really unfortunate and we don't want to put ourselves through it. So therefore we don't want to put our staff through it. Therefore we think the best thing to do is just close the restaurants today. And you're like, and in the back of your head, there's that voice. It's like, shit, like, did we miss something? Did we piss one person off? Are they not going to come back? Like all these things are real, but there is no right answer to it. And we just have to just trust ourselves and self-motivate and push ourselves and then get comfortable with that level and then establish there's the next level and then push harder. That's the same thing, like efficient, streamline.
That's the cycle.
Yeah.
But, and see, so like everybody would probably think, oh, it's a plus, dude. Like if everybody, my other roommate were begging that they'd get called off work, right? And I was begging too. I was like, I texted the boss at like 8:30 in the morning, like, chances we cancel trivia? She goes, not likely. And so, we all wanted work to be canceled, but you guys have to think of it as, am I pissing somebody off? Is somebody looking to get poke today, but they can't get it, and that'll make them maybe not get it again? Or like you're cutting down man hours for your staff or possible revenue. And you're kind of pissed. You're like, it's nice, you know, it's a joy because you get to have your day and you guys hung out and talked and whatever. Probably worked, you know.
Oh yeah, we got that announcement to make here soon.
Yeah, exactly. So, see, that's cool. But you still had to think of like, okay, there's consequences, right? If I miss a day of work because they called me off, there's no consequences. I'm gonna go have fun. But you guys had to like, so I think that's probably the biggest thing is like, there's no boss. I have to make decisions, and they're impactful to people. You guys employ like, what, 10 people, 14 people? You employ me as one.
I think like 16 people.
16 people. That's a lot of people. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's probably the coolest thing. That's one of the reasons I've always wanted to start a business is employ somebody.
It's a lot of rice, bro.
It's a lot of rice
to feed the kids.
A lot of tuna to chop.
Talk about pain in my ass. No, I love them all. They're all like the same age as me and Mico, more or less, but I view them as like my kids, and we just like, you know, we have fun and we work hard, and you know, they're great. The staff is awesome. That's probably the most beautiful thing about this, and also realistically the most difficult part of it all. Yeah. It's like motivating people, ownership, all those like little things.
Firing somebody.
Besides just like do this, cut this like this, do that. It's like, yeah. All right, but wait. My second thing that I had queued up was the question that young Mico asked me is that if I could open a high poke anywhere, where would I open it? So I gave my answer, and now I'm going to direct that question back over to this scruffy Filipino man. And I see his gears are spinning. He's like, okay, what do I got? So, Mico, Paulo Miguel Cordero, if you were to open a high poke anywhere, where might you open a high poke?
Dude, I've always, like, you know, I think ideally, I've always wanted to, like, you know, when you go skiing or you go snowboarding and there's, like, this random lodge in the middle of the mountain that's, like, always packed, just, like, you know, and you can still get your $12 pizza, you know? Like,
yeah.
Walk in there, but, like, actually have a high poke somewhere. So, like, for me, like, the dream would be, you know, I'll go up the mountain and then come back in. Like, I'll just have my snowboard, so when I get off of work, like, I'll just get off the mountain and just hop off. Like, I think that would be...
And hop off and go to high poke.
Yeah, and I'll just, like, you know, the only way that you can go to high poke is if you knew how to ski or
That's
you better
cool.
have a ride up, like, you know? I don't know, I've wanted to do that, and I've wanted to, like, you know, I've seen that vision of, like, you know, like, what this would be the coolest experience if you, like, were able to come get cold pressed juice, come get acai bowls, you know, still get your $12 pizza, because I'd be more than happy to sell you a $12 pizza, you know, like, you're, like, everything else that you would imagine, but it would be, like, an island-inspired restaurant.
In the middle of a mountain. Like
mountain.
an aspen.
Like an aspen, it'd be fucking cool.
It would be cool.
It would be dope.
I like that idea a lot.
Chalet.
It's kind of like bringing it to the Midwest, you know what I mean? It's like, it used to be a weird thing where you're driving in Toledo, like not Toledo, but like in the countryside of Ohio, or like maybe like Indiana, and you just see a big sign for like sushi. And you're thinking, okay, I'm in the middle of Indiana. I don't want that sushi. But now, since we live in 2019, and you can get really great, really fresh, sashimi grade yellowfin tuna, which is what you guys use. You use yellowfin, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. I've chopped some tuna before. I know what the fuck's up. It's okay. Now people are more willing to do that. So if you were at the top of a mountain selling miso soup, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh,
Exactly.
miso.
Miso.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the miso soup.
So,
It's
yeah,
like my
to
fifth
answer your
favorite.
question, I don't know where that be, but it could look like that, you know, not attached to where it is, like, but that experience is there. And I think that's like the most important piece that, like, what Nile was, I wanted to point out what Nile was sharing was, you know, it's most importantly, it comes down to the experience of the brand.
Yeah, and then you guys would be in there with like headbands and short sleeve shirts and maybe shorts, and everybody else is in their fucking snow pants.
Yeah, and we'll just be like closed during the summer.
Yeah, which is fine. But there's a lot of shit
No,
now
they
going.
do stuff in the summer.
They do a bunch of shit now in the summer.
Oh,
In
then
the
there you go.
summer, we would just send. You could order it. You just drive to the base of the mountain. We just send it down to the ski lift.
They also do. Ooh, that's cool. They also do like weird business retreats and like rope climbing shit. There's a bunch of shit to do in ski resorts in the summer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're open all year.
Open all year then.
Good.
Open all year. Let's
Love
go.
Yeah, just shout out to all my investors.
Here's my plan.
We'll have a PPM. We'll have a PPM ready.
have that document for you shortly.
When is this gonna air?
Tonight.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Okay, so our
shit.
announcement makes sense then.
I think it's perfect. I think I might chop up the announcement and put it maybe somewhere like in the front. Because if we're gonna keep talking like how we're talking and having fun, give the people what they want, son. Or maybe I make it in the middle. What do you mean? Wrap it?
Yeah.
Wrap it with the announcement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wrapping with the announcement.
So who wants to
we could
give
talk
the
forever.
announcement? I can literally talk for it's my superpower dubbed the this episode. I could just keep going.
Yes.
I'm not even tired like I did yesterday. So you guys hit or pat.
All right. This is directed to everyone out there who likes to dance, and everyone out there who likes to party, and everyone out there who likes to hang out with their friends in cool places, doing fun things. This Saturday, February 2nd,
Chop Chop Bash 2.0.
2.0, Reloaded, coming to you hot, live from 400 West Rich Event Space. Full space, locked and loaded. We got vibes. Mico, tell them about the vibes.
So we got Donnie, the OG Damn Girl DJ.
Woo!
One of them. Shouts to the crew.
Chop, chop.
And we got DJ Nasty. And we got a few more other things that we're not going to disclose.
Chop, chop.
Keep the people guessing.
Keep the people chopping.
So you can look it up. It's going to be there's an Eventbrite page that might go into a few more details, give you some specifics. There's going to be all sorts of sponsors, cool features and thingamabobbers, and we're going to have fun. And most importantly, come ready to dance.
Yep. See you there. Chop Chop 2.0.
All right, thanks, dudes. Thanks, dudes. Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it a lot. Chop Shop 2.2.19. That's the date. It's next Saturday. See you there, hopefully.
This Saturday.
This Saturday. It's already February. Get ready. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
I'm not always right. I'm only trying to be nice with my unsolicited advice. Unsolicited advice.